and got my gas, and now I'm out here getting ready to get on to 180 and head out towards Unicoi Gap. So I will be turning down Forest Service Road 283, which is Indian Grave Gap Road, and I'll follow that a couple miles. I'll go up past the parking area for High Shoals Falls, and then I'll continue on to Indian Grave Gap itself, where I'm going to meet the rider this morning and get them to Unicoi Gap. It's a beautiful morning out here, and I'm super excited to be going to Indian Grave Gap. As I'm coming across 180 here right now, I am coming up to the parking area for the bottom of Brasstown Bald. Some folks will park down here. This is on the left-hand side because I'm heading out towards Hiawassee, and they'll do some hiking on the trail there. Also, you can get picked up here or dropped off here, because right here on the right-hand side, this is where the Jack's Gap Trail comes down. It intersects with Chattahoochee Gap on the Appalachian Trail, and it's about a 2.5 mile hike if you can't make it all the way from Hog Pen to Unicoi, and you need to come out. So 2.5 miles on the Jack's Gap Trail, that'll put you right out on this road, which is 180, at the bottom of the road for Brasstown Bald. And we've also put people back in the trail there too. So you have an out between Hog Pen and Unicoi. All right, still continuing on now though to Indian Grave Gap. Also Indian Grave Gap Road, and follow that all the way out to Indian Grave Gap. If I follow this road further, it would take me to Unicoi Gap and then on to Helen. But right now, you can see I have a turn coming up on the left-hand side, and just want to let this car by me first. And I'm going to turn down here onto 283. All right, I'm going to follow this now all the way to Indian Grave Gap. It should be a beautiful drive out here this morning. So on 283 or Indian Grave Gap Road, and right now I'm coming up to the water crossing that is always here. It just depends on how much water we have going on as to how deep it is or how fast it's flowing. Really nice right now. It's a good flow of water. All right, real pretty out here right now. In a little bit, I'll go past the area where people park to go up to High Shoals Falls. There's a trail that goes down to the falls.
All the times I've raised my cup, now I know that you knew that I'd soon end up in God. I wheeled around because I didn't hear what you said. I saw you dancing with you, falling for space, and I was falling right across you. You held me to my heart, the bind felt too close to me.
High Shoals Falls, and there's a lot of people that park on the side of the road here because this is kind of like the new parking area that people have made. I mean, the only parking area that's real is this on the left-hand side here, and that's where people park, but it's small and you get a lot of people, and you can see these signs up here on my right, and as I go forwards up here on the left, cars used to park on both sides of this road, all in this area here, which of course makes it almost impossible for cars to get through here. So they have changed this. There's no parking allowed all along this stretch here, and back there people will go on the trail down to High Shoals Falls. Check that out. It's just a short little hike down in there. All right, so now I'm continuing on to Indian Grave Gap. All right, so I'm still on Indian Grave Gap Road. I'm getting very close to Indian Grave Gap itself. Beautiful drive out here this morning, and temperature is cold. It's 25 degrees. I've seen a lot of the water coming down off the mountain. There's a lot of icicles and frozen spots. It's beautiful. The gravel road there, the Blaze, it continues northbound up to Tray Gap and eventually Tray Mountain. All right, beautiful day. I'll be back later. All right, I'm out here at Unicoi Gap right now. There's several cars out here, so folks are out on the trail. Dropped the rider off, and he's going to hike his way back to his vehicle at Indian Grave Gap, and that will conclude this portion of his time out here this week. All right, it is 32 degrees here at Unicoi Gap, and Unicoi Gap is mile 52, hiking north out of Springer Mountain. Right now I'm heading back to Blairsville. I have to go out to Woody Gap a little bit later, meet a rider, and get them to Amicalola Falls. All right, continuing on now.